Okay, good evening again. For those of you who are just joining us, this is Town of Bay Harbor Island's quasi-judicial public hearing. And it's about 7:05. Marlene, if you would call the roll.
Councilmember Sauer?
Aki.
Councilmember Reed? Here. Councilmember Fuller?
Here.
Councilmember Bruder? Here. Vice Mayor Leonard is not here, but Mayor Yaffe?
Here.
You have a quorum.
Lance, I'm going to turn it over to you for a moment.
This is a quasi-judicial proceeding. Anyone who's going to testify, would you raise your right hand? And you swear to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth shall help you God. Okay, thank you. Okay, man.
Ron? Consideration of recommendations from the local planning agencies with respect to proposed amendment to the 10-year water supply facilities work plan to be adopted and incorporated into the town's comp plan. Thank you. For those of you just joining us, we had a brief meeting of the local planning agency, which is the town council. It started at 6:45, and Mike Miller explained to the council and to those of us in attendance the reason why we need to amend the town's comprehensive plan to take into account the 10-year water supply facilities work plan. And the local planning agency made a recommendation to the town council that we adopt this plan amendment. Michael?
Yes, sir. Thank you. Nice to see you all again. Not to repeat the whole presentation, but
Give me the cliff notes.
Yes, under the state of Florida bestowed upon us the requirement to include a 10-year water supply facilities work plan in our comprehensive plan. The purpose of this document is to ensure that there is a reliable water source to serve the population which it's intended to serve. In our case, as is 87% of Miami-Dade County is served by Miami-Dade WASA, the Water and Sewer Authority. We share a very large 30-inch force main along King Concourse that connects to Miami Beach and serves Bal Harbor and Surfside as well. The nature of this is that in 2009 we adopted this plan and some related comprehensive plan amendments, and every 5 years the South Florida Water Management District updates what is called the Lower East Coast Water Supply Plan, which they did. All the counties and cities that are within your jurisdiction have 18 months to update their comprehensive plans to include anything new that's in their plan. The deadline is coming up in March, actually. There is no penalty that if we don't adopt by the due date, but we intend on doing that. Many of the local cities that are served by WASA had to wait until Dade County finished their update, which they are doing right now. As I mentioned at the local planning agency, your community has done wonders, really. In the last 10-year period, there's a chart in the backup material that shows that the water usage went down over 100,000 gallons a day for the community that you have. And it's caused by a couple things, we feel. Number one, the council was very vigilant and active in capital improvement, thanks to the potable water system. You used to have quite a bit of leakage in your water system because the infrastructure is so old. There was a lot of sleeving and lining of the water lines. Also, the building code in the state of Florida has changed tremendously in the last decade or so. And everybody's required to use water conservation toilets, shower heads, faucets, and many people are encouraged to retrofit. So the bottom line is that there's plenty of water. The county provides our water source. For the foreseeable future, there's no problem, even with the estimate that the saltwater intrusion may affect some areas on the Barrier Island. We don't have any wells. All of the well fields for Miami-Dade County are well inland. There could be a possibility in the far, decades and hundreds of years from now, but nobody knows. But the essence of the amendments are the few strike through and underline throughout the backup material. There's some population estimates that are provided to us by Miami-Dade County and Beaver that we are required to use. It's based on permanent resident population, so that's what's in here. We will, immediately upon the council's review tonight and action, we'll forward this on to the review agencies, the state of Florida, the Water Management District, so forth. They have seen a draft of this. We don't expect we'll have any comments whatsoever, and we'll schedule this as soon as possible for adoption.
Thank you. Any questions of Michael? Do we have any public comment, Bridget, on this item? Okay. Does anybody want to speak on this item? Okay. Then number 3, Marlene, if you would read the title of the proposed ordinance.
An ordinance of the Town Council of the Town of Bay Harbor Islands, Florida, amending the town's comprehensive plan by adopting amendments to its adopted 10-year water supply facilities work plan to address water supply planning provisions required by Florida statutes, including a provision for inclusion in the town's comprehensive plan, repealing conflicting ordinances, providing for severability, and providing for an effective date.
I'll move it.
Second.
Thank you. Poll vote.
Councilmember Bruder.
4.
Councilmember Fuller.
4.
Councilmember Reed.
4.
Councilmember Salvo.
4.
Mayor Yaffe.
4.
Passes unanimously.
Thank you. May I have a motion to adjourn? Move it.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.